Coming up next, girls high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to girls freshman basketball from Lorain High School. Rob Polinsky, Bob Schlembaker here with you. It's the Lorain Lady Titans freshmen taking on the 9th graders from Sandusky. Logan Wiegand is the head coach of the Lorain Lady Titans. They have a record of 6-9. They have the home white jerseys on. You see them out there in midcourt right now. White jerseys, white shorts, trimmed in blue. And the blue streaks are the opposite. They wear the blue jerseys, blue shorts. They are trimmed in white. And the ball is in the air. It's controlled by Lorain's Nakia Herman. And Herman goes in and quickly scores on the opening, right after the opening tip. And 10 seconds into the ball game, Lorain leads it 2-0. We'll get you the individuals out there momentarily. The starting five for Sandusky. They get the ball inside. Shot goes up, no good. Offensive rebound, back up, no. And they clear it ahead to Nakia Herman for Lorain. Herman quickly. She goes right to the basket. Very aggressive. Missed it. The offensive rebound is put back. It's no good. And now Sandusky comes out of there with it. For Lorain, they're starting Nakia Herman, Janasia Nelson Riley, Shania Palmer, Raina Alcala, and Taylor Whitfield. For Sandusky, Riley Sakir, Zoe Crow, Marilyn Miller, Abby Wade, and Amaya Keaton. Those are your starters for today's freshman basketball game. For Sandusky with the ball is Riley Sakir. She'll bring it up top. Passes cross court for Zoe Crow. Crow with her pass. They try to go inside, and it's intercepted by the Titans. They quickly get it to Taylor Whitfield. She'll pass it to Herman. Now there goes a jumper from the left side. It's up and in. That 15-footer by Raina Alcala, and Lorain leads 4-0. The Lorain Titans with a record of 6-9 under head coach Logan Wiegand. And for Sandusky, they are coached by Kara Kroom. They are 3-4. And immediately, Coach Kroom takes a 30-second timeout. So Coach Kroom not happy early on here in the first quarter. As you see, you'll take a look at her with her team. The Blue Streaks from Sandusky come here, this freshman team, in their blue uniforms. Again, they need to win to even their record. And for Lorain, they have a lot more experience. Kind of unusual, the difference in the games that have been played. You see, take a look at Coach Wiegand there with the Lorain young ladies. They've played 15 games where Sandusky's only played 7. And you wonder if maybe that experience is paying off early on here for the Lady Titans. Coming off the timeout, Marilyn Miller will bring it into the forecourt. Gets it to Zoe Crow. Cross-court pass back to Miller. Up top. And they try to get it inside. It's going to be intercepted and stolen out of there by Palmer. Palmer gets it ahead to Whitfield. Whitfield with a left-hand dribble. Whitfield picks up her dribble. They go baseline left. And an extra pass, and Alcala puts it up. It's too strong, and air ball long. And the rebound is hauled out of there by the Blue Streaks. Skylar Havens with it for Sandusky. And we get a whistle and a foul called. It will be Sandusky basketball. The Lady Streaks inbounding will be Emery Morgan into the game. Morgan gets it up top for Havens. Havens picks up her dribble, looking for a teammate. Still looking, in some trouble. Gets it to Crow. Zoe with a 15-footer in and out. And that one is ripped out of there by Alcala for Lorain. She'll pass ahead to Herman. Herman had the first basket of the basketball game, and Lorain leads 4-0. 4.5 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Glad you could join us for freshman basketball on WLCS TV 20. Nice pass inside. Laying that up and in is Nelson Riley, and Lorain leads 6-0. So the Titans out in front, 6-0. And for the Sandusky Blue Streaks, Abby Wade with the basketball. Wade with a pass inside. And it's going to be knocked away and stolen by Sandusky. I'm sorry, by Lorain. And it's Whitfield with the basketball. Lorain in the home whites, Sandusky in the road blues. Alcala gets around Havens, drives in, put it up, no good. And the rebound by Abby Wade for Sandusky. She's going to hand it off to Marilyn Miller, and Miller will get it across the midcourt stripe. 3:45 to go, quarter number one. Lorain leads 6-0. We're just underway. Freshman girls basketball today on WLCS TV 20. With the basketball, they go back outside to Crow. Over to Miller. She'll let it fly. Off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound put back, no good. And we're going to get a jump ball as they fight for the rebound. It'll be Sandusky with the alternating possession. They get it inside. And now on the left side, Crow. Crow with a three ball. It's off the rim, no good. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Sandusky with 3:13 to go in the quarter. Inbounding will be Miller. Looks, lobs up top. You get it to Crow. In the corner from Miller. She'll take it on the left side. I think it was partially blocked by a defender for Lorain. And coming out of there with the basketball is Raina Alcala. And she'll hand it off to Nakia Herman. Herman in between the circles. Rob Polinsky, Bob Schlembaker doing the camera work here for you today for freshman basketball. The layup is too strong by Nelson Riley, and the rebound is run down, but a traveling violation on Lorain gives the basketball back to the Blue Streaks. Substitution for Sandusky High. Coming into the ball game for the first time, number 22, Amaya Keaton. Keaton will replace Abby Wade. And Miller, cross court to Keaton. In the corner, they get the basketball to Crow. Back up top to Miller. Sandusky looking for their first points. And the bounce pass intercepted by Alcala in the backcourt. She'll hand it off to Nelson Riley with a full-length pass. Nice pass ahead to Whitfield. Whitfield with a right-handed layup. It is good, and the Titans lead at 8-0 off the nice assist by Janasia Nelson Riley. A good vision by Nelson Riley and a heck of a pass. Full length of the court pass that time. And Lorain leads 8-0 with just over 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Blue Streaks trying to drive in. Keaton had her shot blocked. They get it back out to Crow. Over to Miller, top of the key. The floater in the lane is off the rim, no. Offensive rebound, Havens back up, no good. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to Lorain. Minute 51 to go in the first quarter. And we have a timeout on the court, and this one will go to the Lorain Titans. Tell you what, while they talk things over, why don't we take a timeout? A minute 51 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this. You're watching Freshman Girls Basketball on WLCS TV 20.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state.
A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
For too many parents, a baby's first steps aren't just a milestone. They're a miracle. A miracle made possible by volunteers like you, who walk and raise money in March for Babies. Sign up today to take the steps that help make milestones and even miracles possible. Who will you march for?
A minute 51 to go in the first quarter following the Lorain timeout. Titans lead at 8-0. Each team has used a timeout in the first quarter. That's Herman getting it into the forecourt. Her pass a little too strong off the fingertips of Shania Palmer and out of bounds. That will give the basketball back to the Blue Streaks. Sandusky looking for their first point of the game. They trail 8-0 with a minute 45 to go first quarter. Start that clock. And you get a traveling violation. Bob, it's going to be a long day. You got to get them to start the clock down there when they put the ball in play. And they'll inbound it to Whitfield. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Lorain Basketball. And with the basketball, it is Whitfield. And they do get the clock started this time. They get it down to Palmer. Palmer with it right back on the left side to Herman. Herman with a jumper from the left side. No good. Offensive rebound. Putting it back up was Palmer. And it's no good. And now it'll get poked out of bounds. It'll be Sandusky basketball. Knocking that ball out of bounds for the Titans was Taylor Whitfield. Good quick hands by Taylor. And with the Blue Streaks, they get it into Amaya Keaton. Keaton cross court for Miller. Miller now traveling in, gets it out to Crow. A right side three ball off the glass. No good, and the return is back up and in. Tell you, I don't have a 23 on my points for Sandusky, but we'll find out who that is at halftime. I don't have that number. Blue Streaks come out of there with it. Miller has it. Miller on the drive. Miller off the back of the rim. No good. Had a chance there to cut it to 4, and we got a traveling violation on Nelson Riley. Substitution for the Blue Streaks coming back into the basketball game will be Riley Secure. .52 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Lorain leads at 8-2. And in the corner, the shot goes up. It's too strong by Miller, and it's run down by the Titans. They pass it ahead to Taylor Whitfield from Palmer. Palmer got it to Whitfield. On the baseline, jumper goes up by Alcala. It's too strong. Offensive rebound, Titans. Whitfield will let it fly. That's off the front of the rim. 30 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Titans still have it. Alcala in the corner. On the drive, she is going to put it up, but no, she gets called for traveling. Stops the clock with 20 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. And with a basketball for the Blue Streaks, it'll be Riley Secure. She gets it across midcourt, 13 seconds to go in the quarter. To Zoe Crow, right back to Secure. Cross court, Miller. Miller, a left wing three ball. That's off the glass, no good. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Lorain has to hurry. They get the basketball to Whitfield. Whitfield across midcourt. 2 seconds, 1. They don't get the shot off. We've played 1 quarter of girls basketball at the freshman level. Our score, it's the Lorain Freshmen 8, Sandusky 2. We're back with the second quarter after this timeout. You're watching girls freshman basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Sandusky opens the second quarter with the basketball. They trail 8-2, and I believe I got our number change here. We had it in our book for Sandusky, number 24, Marlena McLaughlin, but I don't see a 24 on their bench, so I'm going to assume that that's 23, the young lady who made the basket. So I'm going to give that basket to Marlena McLaughlin for Sandusky. We'll confirm that at halftime. Bob Schlumbaker will go get the book and double-check the numbers, as he always does at halftime of every game that we do on WLCS TV 20. 6:37 to go in the first half. Lorain leads it by a score of 8-2. For the Titans in the first quarter, they had 4 baskets. Nakia Herman, Janae Nelson Riley, Raina Alcala, and Taylor Whitfield. And Marlena McLaughlin with the basket for Sandusky. So it's 8-2 Titans, where the basketball is Herman. Herman into the forecourt and lost control of it. It's out of bounds. It'll be Sandusky basketball with 6:27 to go in the first half. Girls freshman basketball today from Lorain High School. Glad you could join us. Rob Polinsky alongside Bob Schlumbaker of WLCS TV 20. Glad to bring you this one to you. on February 1st of 2020. With the basketball up top for the Blue Streaks, they get it to Abby Wade. Wade driving, I should say, on Whitfield, put the jumper up. It's too strong over the basket, and coming out of there with it for Lorain is Herman. Her pass ahead to Whitfield. Whitfield with the basketball. Her pass is going to be intercepted. Good quick hands by Emery Morgan. Morgan anticipated that pass, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. That will go against the Lorain Titans. They don't have a PA announcer at this level. I think, as I look down to that official, I believe he called that Arena Alcala. But anyway, the pass is intercepted. Nakia Herman. Herman to the other end, lays it up and in, and Nakia Herman has 4. And the Titans lead at 10-2 with 5:45 remaining in the first half. Blue Streaks with the basketball, trailing 10-2. McLaughlin gets it ahead to Secure. Now in the corner. Back out to Emery Morgan, and Morgan will set up the offense. Pass on the left side. McLaughlin with it. Back out to Morgan. She'll take it top of the key. That's no good. And the rebound comes down to Alcala for Lorain, and she gets tied up, so a jump ball, and that will give the basketball to Lorain on the alternating possession arrow. Taylor Whitfield. Defender for Sandusky falls down. Whitfield with a pass. Nice extra pass to Alcala, lays it up and in. Boy, that was a pretty play for Lorain. And the extra pass came from Shania Palmer to find her open teammate. And Lorain with a good start to this one. They lead 12-2 for Coach Logan Wiegand. His club out in front by 10 with 4:45 to go in the opening half. Morgan's going to drive, put it off glass rim, no good. And a rebound is going to be thrown out. The quick outlet to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield ahead of the pack, lays it up too strong, but the offensive rebound is blocked out of bounds. Nakia Herman had that shot blocked by Emery Morgan. And a substitution for Sandusky. As coming out of the ball game will be Secure, and coming back in is Zoe Crow, one of their starters. Titans look to inbound. They do so. Nelson Riley. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul, and that is going to go on to Marilyn Miller for Sandusky. For the Blue Streaks, just their first foul of the first half. Titans inbounding. They do so to Whitfield. A right wing jumper is off the rim. No. Offensive rebound. Palmer around the rim and out. And the rebound comes down to McLaughlin for Sandusky. She'll get it to Morgan. Morgan pushes for Havens, and Havens traveled with the basketball. That's Skylar Havens getting called for the traveling violation. And knocking the ball out of bounds is Emery Morgan. It'll be Lorain basketball. Logan Wiegand having a conversation with one of our 2 referees. It is a brief conversation. The inbounds pass is going to be knocked away and stolen by McLaughlin. She's played well for Sandusky in this ball game. 4 minutes to go first half. Blue Streaks with the basketball. They trail by 10. Zoe Crow top of the circle, trying to get into their offense. Morgan on the 3-point line, guarded by Nelson Riley. Dribbling it back out. Pass almost intercepted. Crow has it. They go inside. It's knocked out of bounds by Nelson Riley. Trying to get it inside to Marlena McLaughlin. And Nelson Riley was having nothing to do with that. The lob up top to Crow. Crow gets it back. Cross court for Abby Wade. Going to get it inside. Shot goes up and in off the glass, and that is Marlena McLaughlin. She has all 4 for Sandusky. Her team trails 12-4, and the Titans throw it away against the press. So it'll be Sandusky to inbound with 3:25 to go in the first half. Freshman basketball today on WLCS TV 20. Glad you could join us, whether you're watching on Spectrum Cable or however you're getting us, possibly the YouTube channel. that Lorain City Schools has so many viewers and hits too. Appreciate all the hard work that Joe Bach and Bob Schlumbaker do for WLCS TV 20. Rob Polinsky here with you as the Titans get a steal, but then they throw it away. Play getting a little bit sloppy. It'll go right back to Sandusky. And the Titans want a timeout. Coach Wiegand wants a timeout, and I believe he anticipated this is a 60-second, so we're going to let you know about one of our sponsors here. And that is, want to remind you that the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame are going to have their annual fundraiser steak fry. That's on Sunday, March 8th. It's from 4 to 7. It's going to be at the Amherst Eagles, and that's located on Milan Avenue in Amherst. Dinner ticket is just $25. It gets you steak, baked potato, salad, roll, beverage, and dessert with $5 of that ticket, and that goes towards the 50-50 raffle. A basket raffle also will be held. The athletic department has tickets for anyone that is interested, so contact Brian Corey. And a real bonus, a lot of people don't know this, but if you go to the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame, you have a chance to enjoy your steak fry with the one and only Bob Schlumbaker here from WLCS TV 20. He always makes an appearance at that steak fry, and I understand that they sell tickets to you can eat with Bob. You can sit at his table and meet the one and only Bob Schlumbaker at this Lorain Sports Hall of Fame steak fundraiser on Sunday, March 8th. That is from 4 until 7. 3:12 to go in the first half. Sandusky trailing 12-4. And Bob says that for $5, he will give you his autograph. That's tremendous. Emery Morgan with the basketball. Morgan will get it to Abby Wade. Wade has it on the three-point line. Wade will get it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin puts it up. It's short. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Havens back up around the rim and out. Boy, 3 chances from point-blank range, and Sandusky can't convert. Whitfield at the other end for Lorain. Whitfield with her pass. The shot goes up and in by Nakia Herman. She's got 6 to lead everybody in scoring. And Lorain leads 14-4 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half of action. Emery Morgan had it, lost control of it. And Abby Wade now with the basketball for Sandusky. Blue Streaks for the second time today down 10. Knocking that pass out of bounds was Reina Alcala. As Sandusky looks to inbound. They do so to Abby Wade. It gets knocked out to Morgan. She'll let it fly. It's a 3. It drew the back iron. It's no good, and Alcala comes out of there with it for the Titans. And she traveled before she got the pass away. She tried to pass it to her teammate Herman, but she traveled first. And Abby Wade will come out, and for Sandusky High, coming back in is Marilyn Miller. So Miller comes back in. Emery Morgan with the basketball. Morgan will get it to Abby Wade. Wade on the right side to Morgan. Morgan on the three-point line. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Blue Streaks in blue with the basketball. Down 10. The Titans on defense are in the white uniforms. Pass knocked away by Alcala. She'll come out of there with it. To the other end. Picks up her dribble. Passes out to Herman. Herman to Nelson Riley. She'll take the jumper just beyond the foul line, miss it, and Morgan clears the rebound for Sandusky. She quickly gets into the front court right in front of the Lorain High bench, and she stepped out of bounds. That will give the basketball back to Sandusky. To Lorain. Minute 38 to go in the first half. Glad you could join us for freshman girls basketball on WLCS TV 20. Nelson Riley back to the basket, right elbow. Shot goes up, Alcala off the top of the basket, and the rebound is hauled out of there by Abby Wade of Sandusky. She'll pass to Emery Morgan. Morgan gets it across midcourt to Crow, to Havens. Havens inside, put it up, front iron, no. Abby Wade back up, no. Rebound Nelson Riley for Lorain. Boy, the Blue Streaks just cannot buy a basket here in the early going. 1 minute to play in the first half. Titans by 10, 14-4. Whitfield dribbling, gets a screen from Nelson Riley. Pass to Nelson Riley, put it up, glass rim, no. Well-designed play, just couldn't get the shot to fall. It'll be Sandusky basketball. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Inbound, Emery Morgan. Morgan looks over to the bench to head coach Kara Kroom. Her team 3-4 on the season. Pass to Zoe Crow. Crow gets it back to Emery Morgan. And Morgan in between the circles sets up the play with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Havens on the three-point line to Crow. Crow just inside that three-point line, now backs it out. 15 seconds to go in the half. They bounce it into Abby Wade. Wade back outside to Crow. The three-pointer is up, and it's good. Zoe Crow with the first one from downtown for Sandusky. Cuts it to 14-7. Whitfield just inside the half-court line lets it fly. It's no good, and we've played one half of basketball. Our score at halftime, it's the freshmen from Lorain 14 and the Sandusky ninth graders 7. And we'll be back with the second half of girls freshman basketball after this timeout. You're watching girls freshman basketball today on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
I started mentoring my mentee Dantre 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important, and anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
Has your child been diagnosed with autism? If so, this message is for you. Vision disorders can contribute to your child's challenges. Poor eye contact, head movement when reading, even toe walking can be signs of vision problems. Vision screenings can be misleading because they are not designed to test all of the visual skills necessary to accomplish activities of daily living. You need to see an optometrist who provides developmental vision evaluations to get the help you need. Sometimes special glasses may help, and other times a program of optometric vision therapy could make all the difference. While we do not offer a cure for autism, when the underlying vision problem is treated, these children become more cooperative, have better eye contact, are better able to interact and adapt to their surroundings, and it improves their ability to learn. For more information, visit the Parent Resource Center at covd.org, the website for the College of Optometrist and Vision Development, covd.org. Or call 888-COVD-770.
Start of the second half of girls freshman basketball. Lorain leads Sandusky 14-7. Lorain led after one 8-2. They outscored Sandusky 6-5 in the second quarter to take the 14-7 lead into the locker room. For Lorain, it was Nakia Herman with 6, Janasia Nelson Riley with 2, Raina Alcala with 4, Taylor Whitfield with 2 for their 14 points. Sandusky has 3 from Zoe Crow right at the end of the half and 4 from Marlena McLaughlin. That's how we got to 14-7. Titans come out of there with a basketball. Into the forecourt comes Alcala. It's Alcala, Whitfield, Nelson Riley. Also on the floor for the Titans, Herman and Palmer, their original starting 5 on the floor. Nelson Riley with the basketball out to Whitfield for a left wing 3. That's off the front of the rim, and it will be out of bounds to Sandusky. Sandusky is going to substitute 3 young ladies coming into the contest as McLaughlin, Havens, and Morgan. And staying on the floor for Sandusky here will be Zoe Crow and Abby Wade. Sakir, Miller, and Keaton all come out of the game for Sandusky as they are replaced. Havens gets it on the baseline to Morgan. Morgan lost it on the way to the basket. Looked like she had a clear path to the basket but lost the basketball. Shot goes up. McLaughlin missed it. Havens had to rebound, but Nelson Riley ripped it out of there. Titans with the basketball. A minute into the second half, they lead 14-7. In between the circles, the freshman Whitfield. Taylor gets it on the baseline. The jumper goes up by Palmer. No good off the rim. Blue Streaks with the basketball. Zoe Crow. Lorain on defense in the white. Sandusky on offense in the blue. And Nelson Riley knocked it out of bounds. Girls freshman basketball today on WLCS TV 20. Glad you could tune in, whether it's on Spectrum Cable or maybe you've checked out the YouTube station. They've got over 1.5 million views. According to Joe Bach, letting us know that. Crow inside puts it up. Glass rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Havens, no good. The rebound, McLaughlin put it up, no, but she's going to the line for 2. And again, they don't have a PA announcer, and from our angle, really hard to see if they don't put it on the scoreboard who the fouls were on. Trying to see the hands of the officials from up here is almost impossible, so hate to guess on that. Line right, free throw goes up and in by McLaughlin. She leads the Blue Streaks in scoring with 5. And it's 14-8. Sandusky with the first point of the second half with 5:28 remaining in quarter number 3. Made 1 out of 2. Palmer with a rebound, or I should say Alcala with a rebound for Lorain. Gets it ahead to Herman. Nakia Herman with the basketball. Herman in between the circles. Herman out by the volleyball line. Left wing for Whitfield. Whitfield now sets up the offense. Nelson Riley, baseline left. Gets it back, but it's going to be intercepted by Emery Morgan. Morgan looking for the layup. Goes to the basket. Put it up too high off the glass and rim. No good. But the rebound is handled by McLaughlin, and she got it to Morgan, and Morgan traveled. Boy, we've been stuck on 5:28 for a while, Joe, or Bob. You got to get them to run the clock. I looked up there 30 seconds ago. There was 5:28 to go in the half. Bob Schlumbaker's long day is going to get longer if they can't run the clock. With the basketball come the Blue Streaks. Morgan with it, holds on to it, and did they call timeout? No, she'll hand it off to Zoe Crow. Crow with a pass in the corner to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the whistle and a timeout now for the Blue Streaks. So the Blue Streaks take a timeout. That'll give us time to remind you that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable. You can check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. As you see the Blue Streaks talking things over. Right there is Coach Kara Kroom talking things over with her freshman team from Sandusky. Like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook and win great prizes. And check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook to get all your entertainment and informational needs. You can follow us on Twitter, and that is at LCS_TV 20. The YouTube station, check it out on YouTube, Lorain Schools TV 20. You can search us on YouTube and watch there as well. Of course, you can go to Spectrum Cable and watch there anytime you want as well. WLCS TV 20 in Lorain. And a couple of free throws for Sandusky's Abby Wade. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. We're going to lob it, and the shot goes up. Well, I thought we were going to get free throws, but no. Now we will, because shooting and being fouled was McLaughlin. She'll go to the line for 2. Free throw up, no good. McLaughlin with 5 points. Second free throw, glass rim, no good, missed them both. Rebound, run down by Herman for Lorain. She gets it ahead to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with a right-hand dribble in between the circles. Whitfield with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Got it to Nelson Riley. Back out to Whitfield, fakes the 3, driving in, lost it on the way up. Havens took it away, and then we get a jump ball. And the alternating possession arrow, it'll stay with the Titans. Coach Logan Wiegand's team 6-9 for Lorain. The freshman for Sandusky, Kara Kroom, they come in with a record of 3-4. Herman with a pass that gets past Nelson Riley and out of bounds. It'll be Lorain basketball. Whitfield to inbound. Top of the circle. Right side. The jumper goes up by Herman. It's a three. It's off the glass and rim, no good. Zoe Crow had the rebound out of bounds off of Whitfield. It'll be Sandusky basketball. Blue Streaks with it. On the right side, Crow for three. Put it up. That's short. Rebound. Alcala for Lorain, but her pass is intercepted, and putting it up is McLaughlin. She scores, and we get a whistle and what? So McLaughlin with 7 makes it 14-10. Lorain has scored, or I should say Sandusky has scored the last 6 points to cut a 10-point lead to 4. And it was 14-4, now it's 14-10. And we get a timeout on the floor. And we will take a timeout as well. So timeout on the floor, third quarter. It's Lorain 14, Sandusky 10. You're watching girls freshman basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who was injured in Iraq. When I met Ian, I knew we had to help him get his housing grant, an auto grant, and every benefit to live as normal a life as possible. And we did.
PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned.
My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
Four minutes to go in the third quarter. Sandusky has outscored Lorain 3-0 in this third quarter to cut a 7-point halftime deficit down to 4. It's 14-10. With the basketball, Alcala, she'll shoot from the left side off the top of the rim and then goes over the backboard. That'll be Sandusky basketball. So the Blue Streaks with it, chance to cut into the lead a little further. They trailed 12-2 and 14-4, and right now it's 14-10 Lorain. Titans in a zone defense. Emery Morgan dribbling, goes right side to Zoe Crow. Crow top of the circle to Abby Wade to McLaughlin. That's Morgan with it. Morgan will drive in, put it up and in. Emery Morgan with her first basket. And Sandusky is as close as they've been all day. It's 14-12 Lorain, 3:25 to go in the third. A whistle and a traveling violation on Whitfield in the backcourt. It'll be Lorain basketball. I'm sorry, Sandusky basketball. Sandusky can tie with a 2 or take their first lead of the day with a 3. And Abby Wade to inbound for the freshman of the Blue Streaks. She gets it to Emery Morgan. Morgan with a bounce pass to Zoe Wade. Back up top, I should say to Zoe Crow, over to Abby Wade. In the corner, Morgan lets it fly. That's no good. And coming out of there with it is Nakia Herman for Lorain. Quickly, coast to coast, put it up too strong. And Morgan went and got the rebound for Lorain. Gets tied up by Nelson Riley. And the possession arrow goes to the Blue Streaks. Girls freshman basketball today on WLCS TV 20. Rob Polinsky joined alongside Bob Schlembaker doing the camera work for you today. We're down to 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lorain leads 14-12. At the left elbow, the jumper goes up by McLaughlin, and guess what? We're tied at 14. Sandusky on a 10-0 run. They have come all the way back from down 14-4 to tie this game at 14. On the right side, Nelson Riley with 2:35 to go in the third. Lorain has not scored in the second half. Whitfield with a pass for Alcala, puts it up off the glass and in. Raina Alcala gives Lorain the lead 16-14, and that ends the drought for the Titans. It ends the 10-0 run. But it is McLaughlin, and she gets tied up by Alcala. Jump ball, alternating possession to Lorain. So the Titans up 2 with the basketball, 2-2-1 full court pressure by Sandusky. Whitfield breaks the press, gets the pass ahead to Palmer in the corner. Her pass intercepted by Emery Morgan. Morgan with the interception for Sandusky. Blue Streaks coming the other way. Morgan going to dribble in. She's fouled. So Emery Morgan was fouled. And a young lady for Lorain still down on the court. Taking her time to get up. That is Kayla Whitfield. Shaken up a little bit. Minute 58 to go, third quarter. Sandusky down 2 with the basketball. They get it into Crow. Crow back out to Abby Wade. Wade dribbling in. Wade put it up a little bit over the basket. No good. Rebound Nelson Riley for Lorain. Her pass up top. They get it to Palmer. Palmer put it glass rim. No. Rebound Havens for Sandusky. Skylar Havens with a pass for Zoe Crow. Cross court, got it to Emery Morgan. A minute and a half to go, third quarter. Morgan gets it to McLaughlin, puts the shot up, no good, contested by Nelson Riley, and Whitfield will get it ahead to Herman for Lorain. Herman on the drive. Herman put it up, no. Zoe Crow got the rebound for Sandusky. Blue Streaks with the basketball. Again, they're down 2. Minute 15 to go in the third quarter. And the pass for Zoe Crow over her head and out of bounds. Turnover, gives it back to Lorain. With 1:07 to go in quarter number 3. Dribbling for the Titans is Herman. As Sandusky sits back in his zone, Herman content to dribble out some clock here. As we're down to 45 seconds to go in the third. Now Herman will come out. Whitfield being guarded by Crow. Whitfield with it. She's going to dribble around and at the foul line dumps it inside. Palmer off the glass and in. Shania Palmer, her first 2. Lorain leads 18-14. 30 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Good job there, Lorain. On that last possession, Crow for 3. That's short, out of bounds to who? It'll stay with Sandusky. 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Emery Morgan to inbound. Does so to Havens. Skylar Havens out to Abby Wade. Cross court Zoe Crow. Round the perimeter, they get it to Emery Morgan. She'll step back, takes a long 3. That's no good. Offensive rebound, McLaughlin inside. Nelson Riley blocked the shot. Loose on the floor, whistling a jump ball. Boy, good defense by Janasia Nelson Riley. And the alternating possession arrow to Sandusky with 4.3 seconds to play in the third quarter. Morgan to inbound, lobbing up top. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Lorain. Sandusky turns it over with 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Titans get the basketball to Herman. Herman from half court. She'll take it. Hits the glass, and that's it. After 3, it's Lorain 18, Sandusky 14. We're back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. You've been watching girls freshman basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
I was the first woman ever to deploy on a Strategic Air Command deployment.
You didn't just serve your country.
I lobbied for women to be on board submarines.
You paved the way for others.
I joined the Army because I wanted a challenge.
And the challenges you face now? Your VA delivers a variety of benefits. Learn more, including how to apply online using e-benefits.
No matter what time it is, you've earned them. Apply today.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Start of the fourth quarter, freshman girls basketball. The Lorain Titans up 18-14. Sandusky outscored the Titans in the third quarter 7-4, and that cut a 7-point deficit down to 4. Sandusky actually tied this basketball game at 14, but the Titans with the back-to-back baskets to end the third quarter to go on a 4-0 run. They regained the lead at 18-14. Whitfield with a pass to Palmer. Palmer's shot blocked, and we get a traveling violation on Lorain. For Lorain to start the fourth quarter, Herman, Nelson Riley, Palmer, Alcala, and Whitfield. They've actually just played those 5 young ladies. They've only dressing 6 girls today. Jada McCall is the 6th young lady on the floor. We have not seen her to this point. For Sandusky, they're going to go with Havens, Crow, Wade, McLaughlin, and Emery Morgan. So those are the 5 on the floor for the Blue Streaks. Crow with the basketball. Up top, Morgan. She'll take it. She'll miss it off the glass. Rebound, Nelson Riley for Lorain, and she gets tied up by McLaughlin. Alternating possession to Sandusky with 6:14 remaining in this freshman girls basketball game. McLaughlin puts it up and in on the inbounds, and she leads everybody in scoring now with 11 points. She has 11 of the 16 points for Sandusky. And the pass is going to be intercepted by Wade. Wade lost control of it out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Sandusky basketball. Morgan looking. And the inbound is stolen away. Stolen out of there by Herman. Nakia Herman with it. Herman off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to McLaughlin for Sandusky. Blue Streaks down 2, 5:45 to play. Into the forecourt comes Abby Wade. Wade around the baseline. Wade put it up, front iron, no good. Got it back, put it up, no, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line. A chance to tie this game with a couple of free throws. That is the 4th team foul on Lorain this half. Free throw up, no good. Line right, free throw up, and it's good. Abby Wade with her first point. 18-17, she made 1 out of 2. Lorain leads by 1. Alcala catches the ball but fell down. That's a traveling violation. That will give the basketball back to Sandusky with an opportunity to take the lead with 5.5 minutes remaining in this basketball game. Sandusky led by 10 twice, 12-2 and 14-4. Wade with it in between the circles, goes left wing for Morgan. Morgan with the basketball back up to Crow. Crow over to Havens. Havens got it to Wade. Wade with a jumper for the lead and got it. Abby Wade, 3 points all in the fourth quarter. Sandusky leads 19-18, their first lead of the day with 5 minutes remaining. 2-2-1 full court press. Morgan got a steal. Emery Morgan with a basketball for Sandusky. So the Blue Streaks with a 1-point lead and the ball. They get it inside to Havens. Havens working on Nelson Riley. Put it up over the basketboard and out of bounds. That will give it back to Lorain. .447 to go in the basketball game. Inbound to Nakia Herman. Herman gets ahead. Palmer from Alcala put it up, no. And it's partially blocked and out of bounds. It'll be Lorain basketball with 4:40 to go in this game. The Blue Streaks lead by 1, 19-18. Rob Polinsky, Bob Schlembaker here with you. Girls freshman basketball. Inbound Nelson Riley. She gets it over on the left side to Whitfield. Puts it up, no good. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Lorain. 4:32 to go in the game. Inbounding. Taylor Whitfield looking. Lobbing for Alcala. Alcala gets it. And a steal by Emery Morgan for Sandusky. Blue Streaks with the basketball. Morgan into the forecourt. Morgan, and we get a whistle and offensive charge by Sandusky's Emery Morgan, who was clearing with the offhand. Coach Kroom telling her young ladies to go back. Don't press this time. Wants them back in a 2-3 zone. With Sandusky with a 1-point lead with 4:15 to go in the game. Pass up top. Now in the corner, Nelson Riley with the basketball. Nelson Riley back up top, gets it to Herman. Herman right-hand dribble. Herman in between the circles. Herman gets around Emery Morgan, gets it out to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield got it to Alcala. Alcala back out to Whitfield. Under 4 minutes to play. Whitfield, the runner in the lane, put it up, no good. Rebound hauled in by Abby Wade of Sandusky. Gets it to Zoe Crow. Crow into the forecourt. Crow stops, 15-footer right wing, got it. Crow with a basket. She has 5, and it's 21-18 and a timeout for Lorain. Lorain timeout, 3:35 to go in the ball game. Let's take a timeout as well. And we'll be back after this timeout. You're watching girls freshman basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools television.
Our little superhero looks pretty happy.
Yes, he does. I've been teaching him that eating healthy will make him grow up strong. It's so important that we both encourage him to eat healthy and exercise regularly, and that we live that way in front of him. You know, it's never too early to start.
I wish I'd eaten healthier when I was his age.
Yeah, maybe if you had, you would have developed some special powers also.
92% of kids and teens have a poor diet, but you can change that. Teach your kids the importance of healthy eating in a language they can understand.
Opportunities present themselves every day. Opportunities that move us forward. Opportunities to serve part-time in your community while continuing their full-time careers or education to help keep our nation safe at home and around the globe. Explore your opportunities in the Air Force Reserve.
3:35 to go in the basketball game. Freshmen for Lorain, they're down their biggest deficit of the day, 3 points. They have 1 timeout remaining. Sandusky has 3 timeouts. It's a 1-possession game. Titans trail by 3, 21-18. Lorain has scored 4 points in the second half, and stepping out of bounds, dribbling up, is Nakia Herman. Titans defense, now they try to come up and press a little bit, try to cause a problem. Crow gets it into the forecourt. Gets it to McLaughlin, had a pass, or ball stolen away. Herman. Herman with the steal. Herman over Morgan. Morgan gets called for the foul. So Emery Morgan with the foul. That will put Nakia Herman at the line for 2. And Lorain down 3 with 3:08 to go in this basketball game. Nakia Herman has 6 points all in the first half. Line left, first free throw is too strong, no good. Herman again, up, too strong. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Whitfield for Lorain. Titans keep possession. 3 minutes to go in the basketball game. They trail by 3. Whitfield left elbow, cross court for Alcala. Alcala puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound Nelson Riley for Lorain. Out to Whitfield, 15-footer, good. Taylor Whitfield with a basket. Cuts the lead to 1. 21-20 Sandusky. 2:45 to go in the ball game. Crowd here getting into it. Emery Morgan, who gets a whistle and a foul as she was dribbling into the forecourt. Foul on Nelson Riley. That's just the 5th on Lorain. Neither team in the bonus. So it'll be Sandusky to inbound, and inbounding will be Abby Wade. Freshman girls basketball game coming right down to the wire. They inbound it to Zoe Crow. Gets it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin in the lane, put it up, no good. Went for own rebound, loose on the floor, still out of bounds to who? It's Sandusky basketball with 2:29 to go. Inbounding, Emery Morgan. Morgan looking. He's going to lob it for Havens. Havens got it to Abby Wade. Back to Morgan. Morgan in the corner. Morgan gets around a defender, now puts it up. No good. Got her own rebound, though. Pulls it back out. Takes a three off the rim. No. And it's out of bounds to Lorain with 2:14 remaining. Titans down one, 21-20. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go in this one. Coming right down to the wire. The way we like them. Nakia Herman looking over. In between the circles. Nakia Herman to Alcala for three. Off the rim, no. And trying to save it from going out of bounds was Nelson Riley, but she ends up on the Lorain bench. And it'll be Blue Streak basketball with 1:55 to go in the half. And on the inbounds, they get it into Zoe Crow. Crow with the basketball in the backcourt. Crow picks up her dribble. Crow got it to Emery Morgan. Morgan with it. Morgan looking, double team, got to get rid of it, throws it into the backcourt, and that'll be Lorain basketball with 1:41 to go. Titans with a chance to take the lead. Inbounding will be Janasia Nelson Riley. Does so to Nakia Herman. Herman with the basketball. Herman at the foul line. Herman threw it at the basket. It's short. It's out of bounds. Oh, it was blocked by the Blue Streaks. So it'll keep it with Lorain. Lorain basketball. That ball, the official says, was blocked, tipped by one of the Blue Streak defenders. So Lorain to inbound, down one with 1:34 to go. The lob up top, Emery Morgan almost got it. It goes to Herman. Herman's pass is out of bounds. Turnover, give it back to Sandusky. Wade looking. Lobbing for Havens. Havens with the basketball. Turns off, gets it to Emery Morgan. Morgan is going to be fouled by Whitfield. And it is the 6th team foul on Lorain. Next foul on the Titans puts the Blue Streaks in the bonus in the 1-and-1 situation at the foul line. Abby Wade to inbound. Wade looking. Wade got it to Emery Morgan. Morgan just across midcourt. Morgan picked up her dribble, gets it to Zoe Crow. Got it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin, double team, gets rid of it to Emery Morgan. Morgan into the lane, the runner off the rim, no good. Rebound, Havens back up and in. A big offensive putback. Skylar Havens, her first basket of the game. Sandusky's lead is back to 3. 1 minute to go in the ball game. On the drive is Herman. Herman's pass is deflected, and it's run down by Alcala. She gets it to Nelson Ryland. Back out to Whitfield for 3 in the tie. That is no good. It's out of bounds. Sandusky basketball with 50 seconds to play. Sandusky leads by 3. They'll inbound it to Zoe Crow. Crow cross court for Abby Wade. Wade got it to Emery Morgan. Morgan, she traveled. Yes, she did. Traveled with it with 43 seconds to go, and Sandusky, Kara Kroom, I thought indicated timeout, maybe not. She's giving instructions to her team from half court. Lorain with the ball, down 3, 40 seconds to go in the contest. Herman with it. Herman left side to Whitfield. Whitfield with the ball. Whitfield got it to Nakia Herman. Herman in the corner at Alcala. Titans down 3, 28 seconds to go. Whitfield puts it up. That's short. Nelson Riley saves it from going out of bounds, but she tipped it out of bounds. It'll be Sandusky basketball with 21 seconds to go in the game. The Blue Streaks up by 3. Lorain's going to press, go for the steal. If they don't get a steal, they're going to be forced to foul here. Sandusky by 3, 21 seconds to go. The inbound pass is deflected. It goes out of bounds to who? It'll be Lorain basketball. They get the turnover with 18 seconds to go. Blue Streaks, or I should say Lorain, needs a 3 to tie, and Coach Wiegand takes a timeout. That'll be his final timeout of this ball game with 18 seconds. We'll keep it here with just 18 seconds to go. Want to remind you that once again, the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame, where they're going to have their annual fundraiser. It's a steak fry, and that is on Sunday, March 8th. It's from 4 to 7. It's at the Amherst Eagles, which is located on Milan Avenue in Amherst. Dinner is just $25, and that $25 ticket gets you a steak, baked potato, salad roll, beverage, and dessert. Also, $5 of that ticket is going towards a 50-50 raffle. A basket raffle also will be held. The athletic department has tickets for anyone that is interested. Contact the athletic department. Contact Brian Corey. Get your tickets to that Lorain Sports Hall of Fame annual steak fry fundraiser on Sunday, March the 8th. Titans back out on the floor. They trail by 3. Sandusky breaks the huddle. They'll come out here defensively. 18.2 seconds to go. Now remember, Lorain is out of timeout. Sandusky has 3 remaining. The Titans, according to the scoreboard, cannot stop the clock again. Nelson Riley to inbound. Gets it to Whitfield. Back to Nelson Riley. Nelson Riley, 15-foot jumper, no good. And the rebound comes down to the Titans. They get it to Whitfield. Top of the key. 3 for the tie. Front of the rim, no good. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Back out to Whitfield. She's fouled by Morgan. That'll be just the 3rd on the Blue Streaks. And Whitfield is hurt. Coach Wiegand is coming out there to talk to her. And there are 5 seconds to go in this basketball game. Lorain will inbound the ball. That was just the 3rd team foul on Sandusky. As the Lorain trainer also coming out, hopefully Taylor Whitfield's all right. Sandusky will take this opportunity to go gather around Coach Kroom and talk to her team. Now Mark Feldman, the varsity head coach of the Titans, is going to bring the other Lorain girls together to have a quick conversation with them. And I believe Taylor Whitfield's going to have to come out of this basketball game. Coach Feldman and Coach Wiegand giving some instructions here with 5 seconds to go in the game. They need a 3 to tie. So Whitfield, I don't think she can stay on the floor. Well, evidently she is. And Nelson Riley to inbound. Lorain needs a 3 to tie. 5 seconds remaining. They get it inbound to Herman. Right back to Nelson Riley. 2 seconds. 1. She'll take the 3. It's short, and that'll do it. Our final score of girls freshman basketball, it was Sandusky 23 and Lorain 20. So the Blue Streaks come from behind. They win it 23 to 20. And with the win, Sandusky improves to 4-4 overall. With the loss, Lorain will drop to 6-10 on the season. Scoring by quarters, as you see the 2 teams shaking hands. Lorain led after 1, 8-2. They led at halftime 14-7. But in the second half, it was all Sandusky as they came from behind, and they outscored Lorain in the second half 16-6, outscoring in the third quarter 7-4 and 9-2 in the fourth quarter to come from behind and win this basketball game. For the Lorain Titans, it was Herman with 6 points. It was Nelson Riley finishing with 2. Palmer had 2 points. Also, it was Alcala finishing with 6 and Whitfield with 4. So that is the 20 points for Lorain. For Sandusky, they had Zoe Crow had 5. Abby Wade with 3, all in the fourth quarter. Wade with a big fourth quarter to help out. So just 8 points from the starters for Sandusky, and yet they still win. And the big reason was the young lady off the bench, Marlena McLaughlin. McLaughlin, 4 in the first half, 7 in the second half. She had a team high 11. Havens had 2, and that was late in the ball game. And Emery Morgan finished with 2. So for the Blue Streaks, they had 8 from the starters. They had 15 from the bench, and that adds up to a total victorious total of 23. So good freshman girls basketball game. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, it was Sandusky defeating Lorain by a score of 23-20. For Bob Schlembaker, this is Rob Polinsky. One last time, the final, freshman girls basketball, Sandusky 23, Lorain 20. Hope you enjoyed it, and you've been watching girls freshman basketball today on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.